So for today I'm going to do something where I'm going to kind of unbox a miniature. This is not really a miniature, it's pretty big. But back in the day, AEG with Clan War created a series of metal dragons that you could assemble that were very hefty, effective pieces in the Clan War game. People actually kind of bought them and used them as centerpieces and as pieces of artwork. I'll be honest with you, most people I know who own one of these have done exactly that. I have a friend who literally just keeps them the original finish because they had that kind of tin-based metal they were made out of. So when it did age, it kind of had a patina of like brassness to it. In any case, I'm going to look at this. This is a used box, so it's not completely a take off the cellophane and unboxing. So let me show you what's going on here. First of all, one thing you gotta know about the Clan War dragons and their boxes. Box is different. Instead of having the 4-stock corrugated box, they were double layers of cardstock. So it actually is more thicker and robust than most cardstock boxes. Like let's say you'd buy a box of Magic the Gathering or something, or let's say, you know, most cardstock boxes aren't this good. It's fully printed in color. This one, of course, has seen its wear and use throughout the years. I bought this from someone else recently, so it's not mine. One thing you get if you first open it, you have 2 cards, which are not here. The 2 cards, one will be the statistic card for the Earth Dragon. The other one is a Join the Imperial Assembly card. It's very likely the original owner took those 2 cards, put them in his card collection, and kept going. The original owner didn't ever assemble this miniature. This is the Earth Dragon, what it looks like. It's just between 2 layers of foam. This is the base. The base is sculpted, and the base is where you get the feet. Notice these little sprues here, these little flashings. That is literally how it was cast. The entire thing is metal. Unlike nowadays where things this large would be resin or plastic, back then was richer times with healthier... You get the idea. This was actually standard back then. Having a full metal miniature that's this big wasn't a problem. Times changed though, I guess. So here we have the foot section of the Earth Dragon. Quite the opposite. This is the head. The antlers are bendable because metal is great. It's got a very great character to its face. As you can see, this one has that brassy patina already from its age. The inside of the mouth is sculpted. The inside of the mouth is supposed to fit onto the bottom of the neck, which carries the jaw as well. So it comes together a lot like this. And so you can see you get the dragon. Rah, rah, rah. And that's how it's supposed to go together. So there you have the head and neck of the dragon. What is this large piece here? This is the torso, rib cage and all, hip section and all. Very dynamically sculpted. And as you can see, the arm sockets and leg sockets are actually relatively large. You could take one of those, this is a leg socket, and line it up, and it's designed to be conformal, but they kind of aren't. So you may have to do puttying or whatnot to make sure it actually fits together. But how the hell does this thing go together? Oh yeah, well, I had it in the right position. It goes like that. It's not a perfect fit, but it's the sculpted leg. So there's the torso. You have a leg, an arm, and other arm. The tail is an interesting section because the tail had a very typical dragon tail. We all know what this is like. It's a dragon tail, but on the tip of it, it has this attachable peg, and it had an axe blade on the end. Very unoriental, very fantastic. I know a few people who have taken their Earth Dragon and they've resculpted the tail or put an alternate tail end on there where it has like a fluffiness like a food dog would have, much like an actual Asian dragon would. So this is the entirety of what you get for the miniature. The tail, its secondary piece, the legs, the arm. That's literally what you have inside of the box for the Earth Dragon. I mean, there's not much more to it. It's a multi-part kit. that requires some finesse to assemble, some putty to assemble. It's also pretty simple as far as the pieces go, and you can kind of figure out just by looking where it's supposed to show up on the model. What does it look like when it's completed? Well, I have one. This is a completed Earth Dragon. Relatively nice little beast, isn't it? This is an ancient paint job too. I think I painted this back in the 2000s sometime. This used to belong to my friend Jordan, and he's like, you can have it. And so I traded him relatively lightly for it. He removed the antlers for some reason, but I put them back on, which is why they have that specific angle to them. I put them on instead of flat with the head like they are when you get them cast. I made them angled more like a deer's antlers were. I'm very glad for this model. It has been a mantelpiece of mine for quite some time. If you're in my house and you either look back or look up, the Fire Dragon and the Earth Dragon are there watching you. So, really appreciate this guy. But as of now, this has been an unboxing of the AEG Earth Dragon and all of its draconicness. And if you want to, you can go out and get them. There are two types available. The original, it's all metal. Valiant Enterprises did make a recast that was partially resin, partially metal. So you can find that option too. Just telling you that there's whatever you want to work with, there's now two available to work with. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and may the dice ever roll in your favor.